Hey folks, well it's been a while since I was out in the shop doing any work, but I finally decided to get out here and do a little bit and maybe give you an update on a Jeep. Hopefully I'll get a little bit done on a Jeep, but in any case I'll show you what I've done since the last video. Now here you can see the tub. Got a clamp, or I guess the interior tub, got a clamp on it right now because some glue is setting up, something that let loose, but see if I can show you this without knocking the clamp loose. What I kind of did, you can see some styrene, solid styrene sticks, and what I did was I glued them onto the sides to kind of shore up the body to keep things from flexing, from this joint from flexing and breaking across here, and same with here, keep this joint from flexing. Kind of see it's glued along this edge and then it ties into here to try to keep from breaking at this point. And as well, I did some work on the corners, though they need to be cleaned up to fit, because that's where the screws go through to hold the whole body to the chassis there. The other thing I did in the front as well is, sorry about that, get this clamp back on, is I put some, I guess you could call them gussets in here and a brace across here to shore up these pieces, because they were very flexible, and those are between those points and those back holes. That's what holds this tub to the body, and then what and the chassis onto this tub, so I really wanted to kind of shore it up a little bit. You can see here some of the cats knocking this down. It had broke this off before I had a chance to firm it up, so we'll see if I need to fill this in at all, or if the thick styrene is going to hold it. I got a feeling it'll break apart on me and I'll have to redo it, but trial and error, that's what these kind of projects are all about. I knew going into it, when I glued this piece in here, I'm going to have to Dremel this out, because, let's see if I can find the body. There's the body. That bar across there, you can see these holes out here. It may interfere with this edge here, but I really won't know until I stab it in there. I'm just going to wait for that to dry a little bit, and then I'll fit it in and see what else I need to do. Well, probably should have waited for that glue to dry a little bit longer, but in any case, I got it mounted in. Had a little bit of trouble clearancing in there because of those buckets for the tail lights, those chrome parts, but it still managed to fit in. And you can also see I took the back top off just to give myself an idea of how it's going to look. You can see that crack there, which I'll have to fill in with some putty, and that once I do all the body work. It's a little too chilly for that right now. But in any case, I didn't have to do any trimming of that crossbar or anything else, and it went right in. Now I think the next step is to mount the body on the chassis and start hacking this body up a little bit. I need to do something for a front bumper. I want to take these off and so on, but I think the proper step would be to get the electronics and everything mounted, figure out how I'm going to mount it in there, and maybe cut this hood so that the hood comes off. Really wish I would have thought when I was in the city to pick up some sort of hinge material, because so that this hinge is open, but what I may end up doing is just rigging up a setup where there's some magnets that hold the hood on tight. I've got some little high strength magnets, so it just sucks it down into place, and then you pop it off and need access to the electronics. And then start customizing. Say make a front bumper for the winch, cut these off, get rid of these, make some rock sliders, and just start tweaking. I'm going to mount it up and maybe do some cutting, and I'll show you the end result tonight. Well, I decided to fire up the Dremel and do a little bit of cleanup on the interior tub and bottom of the body, underside, where there was some posts and whatnot to get rid of. But before you know it, you give a man a Dremel and this is what happens. Did a little more than just clean up. Well, first, just did a little bit of cleanup on the bottom of there, ground a few odds and ends down, and that posts right there. And then I went crazy. I hated those pocket style flares. I had planned on getting rid of them at some point anyways. I just hacked them. They're gone. I'm going to make some flat style fenders out of some brass or some steel or something, and that'll look good. And I also ditched the front bumper, didn't like that, and ditched the steps and running boards. Now the rocker is a little bit rough, a little bit uneven, but that's going to be covered up by a slider and that anyhow, so it doesn't matter. The only thing I didn't cut off was the rear bumper yet, but that's probably going to go too. But for tonight, I'm going to mount up the body to the frame and see how everything looks. It's going to take me a few minutes, but I got a feeling it should look okay. The only thing I'm thinking though now is that the tires I've got are probably going to be a little small now that the fenders are cut off, but let's mount it up and take a look and see how it goes. Well, got the body mounted. You tell me if I messed up or not. Front looks good. Back is kind of high, but you can see the front's kind of fully drooped out. And so I would say it's probably going to run around there for ride height. Back, push her down some so you can see. So I don't know. Stand back a little bit. See if I can hold this a bit. Push her down. You think she needs bigger tires or not? You tell me. I'd say I don't know. I think it'll be okay once I get it at ride height. It'll look pretty decent. But maybe I could go with some 2.2s instead of 1.9s. I'm gonna have to chuck some on that I have and see, but that means I wouldn't be able to use these rims. I have to do something different. But yeah, front end looks kind of narrow with those tires, but once I get the flat fenders on there and that, I think it'll be pretty good. You can see where the frame rail comes out to right there, so I can mount my bumper that I fab up on there, and I'll have to chop the rear off, but you can see under there where the frame comes to, so it'll be kind of sitting up a little bit in the body, so I'll have to put some drop brackets or something on there. But yeah, it's coming along pretty good. You can let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe give me some ideas, throw some 2.2s or keep the 1.9s, and any other thoughts you might have. But anyways, I'm gonna shut her down for a night, so talk to you later.